Welcome to the Business and Brews podcast, where our mission is to highlight local businesses in the Triangle area and shed light on different industries. Awesome. Welcome back to the Business and Brews show. I'm Gavin Vincent.
My name is Ryan Smeltz. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've already been chatting a little bit, but I'm pretty excited because we have Donovan with us on the show tonight. So Donovan, if you would, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Donovan. Look at you or look at the camera.
It's dealer's choice.
Yeah. Dealer's choice? Okay.
Definitely.
Young entrepreneur. I've always run my own business. We currently have a exterior cleaning business in the central North Carolina area. Service Wake County to Guilford County.
Pretty large.
And we have been doing that since 2005. We specialize in gutter cleaning. And then we are in our second season of NC Christmas lights. So we actually professionally install and decorate and do Christmas light decorations. So,
nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Thanks for that. So before we get too much further, I definitely want to give a shout out to our new affiliate, which is Vintage Rebellion. Okay, they make quality crafted leather products for your business. Everything from accessories, bags, cell phone cases, and wallets, whatever you need to carry and protect the things you use every day to run your business. Vintage Rebellion has them. Now, Vintage Rebellion has partnered with us to offer 10% off. All you have to do is go to leather.businessandbrewshow.com and put your email into the pop-up there, and that's how you get your 10% off. So Vintage Rebellion focuses on attributes such as quality craftsmanship, commitment to their customers, and hard work at the forefront of everything they do. Vintage Rebellion's pervasive thinking here is to ensure they put themselves in the customer's mindset as much as possible. By doing this, they make decisions that benefit their customers. To check out their quality products, once again, visit leather.businessandbrewshow.com or click the link in the description of our live video here. That link again is leather.businessandbrewshow.com. So, Gavin, tell us, what have you been up to this week?
I have been working. No, it's been a pretty good week.
Okay.
Just trying to keep ahead of things. How about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So, I was doing a little side gig where I did a large scale move for a warehouse, and today I got the photos confirming it is empty. So, progress. And tomorrow is my deadline, so it's nice. Yeah. I get confirmation, a letter or something in the email that says, hey, it's up to our standard. I finish my contract, take the final payment.
That's awesome.
And we'll be done with that.
And you collect the final draw.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Been at that 30 days, so I'm kind of done. My manager that was over there kind of finishing everything up was like, I couldn't get away fast enough. I was like, I don't blame you, dude. Yeah. I've been working so hard on that. What about you? You said you got a kid, right?
I do. I have a 2-year-old little girl, and we have one on the way.
Congrats.
So thank you.
When is the little one due?
August. August 25th was the first one. This one's like August 5th. So we'll see. But yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. So Donovan, if you would give us the pleasure of telling us what we're drinking on tonight.
Tonight, we are drinking Sexual Chocolate, and it is brewed by Foothills Brewing out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Absolutely.
That's what these guys are doing. They zigged and I zagged. So I'm actually doing the ultraviolet blueberry sour ale. Man, that's a
How do you feel about that?
It's from Frog Level Brewing Company, which is out of Waynesville, North Carolina.
Interesting.
Yeah, Waynesville, North Carolina, which is on the other side of Asheville. Sometimes there's a lot of breweries like near the mountains. Does that have something to do with the water problem?
That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so that's what I'm drinking. So cheers to a good show.
Absolutely.
All right. Clearly, I'm not drinking the same thing.
So Donovan, kick us off here. You told us you started back in 2005. You cleaned gutters and put up Christmas lights.
Sure.
How did you get started?
Well, growing up, my father always had his own business. He actually has more degrees than a thermometer. And how he put himself through college was cleaning windows. So after he graduated and through his whole life, he always had a window cleaning business. And the times where he didn't have a job or something like that, there was always the business that he could fall back on. So growing up as a little 5-6-year-old, I was in clients' houses. All right, Donovan's, the boss on this, so he kind of taught me how to run a business, and my whole family's entrepreneurial. So in high school, right around the time you get interested in ladies, find out you gotta have a little bit of money. Yeah. So what I knew was, window cleaning. So I just went out and got a few clients, and my friends would tell me how much they'd make all month, and I would be like, wow, I made that like in half a day. And so, it was just sort of natural for me. That's how it started. And no 17-year-old's like serious about business. I mean, actually, there are a few out there today, but I wasn't. Yeah. I was just a goofball. And I, after high school, again, I made enough on a week, 2 weeks, and then take a month off or whatever. And then Lauren came into the picture a few years later, and then I had to get serious because Lauren's my current wife. Yeah. And that's when our business took off, was when she came into the picture.
Don't say current wife, just say she's your wife. You have to go home. Yeah, you have to sexual.
You should know how to get sexual. I think so. We're gonna send this one. Sponsored by Gavin.
I'm just saying, you have to go home. You can't stay here with Rob.
Oh man.
She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going on like an interview," and they're like, "She's like, okay, well, I don't know. I did post this to my personal page. I see one person watching it, so that might be her. Hey, babe, I love you."
I didn't mean to sidetrack.
No, that was a good catch. I appreciate it.
Dude, I heard it and I was like, whatever.
We've been strong for over 10 years, so
that's right.
Nothing to worry about.
That's great.
You got the track record, Dan. So you said Lauren is to credit with you kind of making the progress you have.
Definitely.
What role does she play in the business?
She runs the business. I play with power tools. She runs the business. So
nice.
She does all the office stuff. Like her personality, we complement each other really well. Her personality is like the details. Like you handed me this sheet that has 20 things on it. I don't think I read 3 of them. But she would be like, no, the ants she's just really detail oriented. She's task driven, where I'm goal driven. So she can take a small project and complete each task. Where for me, like once task 1 and 2 has started, I'm on to the next goal. So we just complement each other really well.
Yeah, I think that's true with a lot of successful business. I mean, whatever business partner you're looking for, one has to be the visionary and see the bigger picture, and you have to have
one has
a detail
to get
person.
Stuff done.
Yeah, one has to actually get the task and be the detail oriented person. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
She's awesome, and I don't know why, but she other people have tried to hire her and she's turned it down. So I don't know. I might do something good or whatnot, but she's the key. I think to the business being successful, and where she might get tripped up on like change or implementing new systems or something like that. Like I thrive at that.
Right.
So it's just a perfect partnership for each other.
Nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. So so growing up in an entrepreneurial family, did you ever have the idea to say, hey, I may just at some point get a job, or did you know from day one?
My dad made me get a job.
Okay.
When I was in high school, he made me get a job.
Just to have that.
No, and I was like, why do I have to get a job? He's like, so that you'll know it sucks.
Yeah.
And those are his exact words, and it was a Subway, and to this day, I will not eat at Subway. The smell just runs shivers down my spine.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Sure.
I don't know if Subway is one of our spots.
It's just like, if you're at McDonald's, you're not gonna be eating McDonald's food.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly right.
It was awesome. Like, and I thrived there. I think like the first month they gave me keys to the store, and as a kid, nice. I was closing the store every night, and so I excelled at it. But it's just not for me, and having the flexibility and knowing the flexibility, and also like if I need a raise, I can just go to work today. Right. If I don't want a raise, then I just can take the day off or what. So I love the freedom and the pressures normally associated with being an entrepreneur. I've been around it, so that it just doesn't affect me as much.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome.
He was making me think because I've had a few restaurant jobs myself. Oof. And I feel you.
We owned a restaurant at one time too.
Oh, really?
Don't do it.
That's a tough deal.
Don't do it. Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
So you talked a little bit about how you got started, kind of what role everybody plays in the business. What really gave you the idea to get into the window cleaning, to the cleaning business?
Sure. Well, when we first got started, again, high school, didn't need to make a lot of money. Window cleaning is more of a luxury than a necessity. Right. Nothing bad is going to happen to your house if you don't have the windows cleaned. It's nice to have the windows cleaned, and if you have that disposable income, then it's great. Or maybe if you're selling a house, like that is something that needs to be done, right? You know that. Yeah. But just 2007 hit, and nobody's chucking out the money for just repeat window cleaning work. Or just not a huge majority of people. So I transitioned from window cleaning into gutter cleaning just because people had asked for it, and I had a little bit of experience. But with gutter cleaning, I found out that we're really good at it. We can do it faster, better than any other company out there, which means that we can charge a little bit less. It gives value to the customer. And then I learned about if people don't have their gutters clean, like how much damage it could really happen. Like I don't think once a day, sometimes once a week, definitely. We run across a home that has $10,000-$20,000 worth of damage just because they didn't have their gutters cleaned out once or twice a year. Yeah. So it sort of went from a necessity to change my business model to, hey, we can actually do a lot of good. So that's how we primarily focus on gutter cleaning, and we have thousands of clients that we service regularly every single year. And we're not like the most well known, but people know who we are.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Christmas lights is just fun, right? So Christmas lights.
I'll be the next day.
I saw it. Yeah, we don't want to forget Christmas lights. Well, it's I had a buddy actually that is based out of somewhere out west. So he's not direct competition. It was a Facebook group. I was trying to help other people start gutter cleaning businesses who had questions, and they were just asking questions. I was answering there. And his primary business, seasonal, was Christmas lights. And he's like, hey, would this be a good fit for you? I make X number of money in 6 weeks. And, I take the rest of the year off and go on a mission trip for 6 months. And I'm like, whoa. So it got my attention, and he actually talked me into doing it as a trial run last year. I wanted to I didn't want to jump into something else. I didn't want to, overextend myself. But he's like, just try it out. And it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely a luxury service.
Absolutely.
It's a high-end service, and what we do is we order all of our stuff either directly from the manufacturers, or we do like a buyer's group to get lower pricing. It's all professional grade lights, so it's not the stuff that you'll find at like Home Depot or Lowe's.
Oh, so you actually supply the lights too.
So what we do is we use everything professional grade. And we custom cut all the lights and put electrical connect, so we custom make it to fit the house exactly, or fit the building exactly. So there's no little bit of stuff left over. We custom make all of our power cords, and we hide it. It is like the best of the best of the best that you can get. And so the customer contacts us. We do a free design for them. We do a design on their house, exactly what it'll look like. We put up the lights during the season. From when we put them up to the day we take them down. If one bulb goes out, we'll be out there and fix it. So we handle 100% of the maintenance. A huge storm comes through, we'll be back out there the next day, put them all back up. We take down, we do storage. So literally, the customer does not have to do a single thing besides approve the design. Yep, we do everything. We store everything. It is, because you've done lights on your house before, right? you spend like 5 weeks seeing which lights work, which lights don't work, and untangling everything. So we can do all that in September, like before the season starts, right? And so we can get everything organized for that house. And then when we do takedown, like we label everything. So if they want it done next year, they're not locked into a multi-year contract. But if they want it done next year, it's like it's ready to go for them. We check everything. If the colors don't match up perfect, we'll replace it all at no cost. But they don't have to worry about a thing. Yeah, it's and so people love it, right? You would love it if your house looked like the Griswold house, or
absolutely.
you know, just a professional Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And then you just don't have to worry about a thing, and you don't have to do takedown.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or storage.
Or storage. So yeah.
He just blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
That's
that takes
crazy.
a lot to blow it. I think that's the first time you ever said that.
That is insane. Like
It's
it's in storage. So you did my house last year, and I'm just like, all right, go.
Call me up. I had people call me in
It's go
July.
time.
Right, we had folks like call us in July to be like you can do my house this year, right? Like make sure I get a spot on this day, and or they want to like custom change certain things or add certain things. It just gets so fun. Yeah, it's so fun.
Everybody's in a good mood. I mean, it's the holidays.
Right,
It's
exactly,
awesome, man.
exactly. And because it's a premium service, we can afford to like find people in need. Like I had a buddy out of Wilmington who he finds Gold Star families. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Or like childs who are fighting an illness or something like that, and you can go out and like decorate their house. We found a veteran this past year that we did it for, and I think we helped like 4 other people. Like gave them like a Hallmark Christmas on their house.
That is awesome.
And so you know it's so cool to be able to give back because your business is succeeding. So.
Right.
We try to do that with gutter cleaning, but it's not as sexy as Christmas lights.
Not. Really good
Like, well, thanks, you know, and then that's the end of it. But we had a couple where one of them was this past year. It may have been his last Christmas, so they're going all out, and we went out there and we were able to like just deck out his house.
Yeah.
And it made a difference for him and his husband. So it made a difference for them, and I've never gotten that like gratification from gutter cleaning.
Yeah.
You know, I like doing good, but it also it makes you feel good. That's part of the reason.
It's just the holiday season, and
It fits perfect. It really does fit perfect.
It fits right in there. Man.
Yeah.
That sounds very rewarding. I mean, it really does.
Definitely.
I mean, being able to actually give back. So, how big is the? How many employees do you currently have?
As few as possible.
As few as I like that.
As few as possible. Yeah, that's a business owner answer right there.
Yeah.
We keep. Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
every business owner will understand that. Employees are like, I got 50 people working for me. Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
We have
Spence walks on 2 legs.
Yeah. We have 2 people in the office. And then I have 1 full-time crew of 2 guys.
Okay.
And then seasonally, though, we can split that into 3 crews.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of, and then, that's just full-time people, and then contractors and stuff like that. So
That's needed. Okay.
Yeah.
How far out do you schedule?
Christmas lights gets booked.
Yeah.
Gutter cleaning, that's something that we've learned to, we've learned how to not overbook ourselves. That's like our biggest thing is that all of our clients, they want to do business with us, but it's sort of a balance. This time of year, a couple weeks, but in the end of fall time, December time for, say, gutter cleaning, we could book up like the whole month on the first day of the month, and then we got to cut it off.
Yeah.
So we're actually trying to like fix that. And another step, one thing that we've done is we don't schedule Fridays until that Thursday or Wednesday. So if we have like a weather delay, that helps our schedule. And then during the wintertime where we might have a snowstorm or something like that, we don't book up solid for more than a month. So we tell folks, hey, we're booked up for this month. We'll put you on a waiting list. If you can find somebody else, go for it. But you're the first one on the list for this following month. We might move you forward or whatever, but we purposely put a halt on it so that we don't book too far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because too much work is just as bad as not enough. So we don't want to disappoint people.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to jeopardize your reputation just to try to take in more
Definitely.
business.
Yep.
That's a very great point. So, with the business, and it seems like it's growing pretty quickly, especially with taking on the Christmas lights and taking on that piece of it. What are some of the challenges that you're currently facing in the business?
Making the decision for y'all don't have like a service-based business, right? Where you're going to somebody's home. Like neither one of you do. No. So a service-based business can either stay small or grow big. If you grow medium size, it's the worst place to be because you have a lot of admin overhead and you don't have as much cash flow. So if I were to stay small and I'm in the field, I'm out there every day and I'm earning a working wage and I can do it faster, better, whatever than another employee. So I can hustle or I can get a helper and I can earn, 6 figures just going out and working myself.
Right.
But then you get to that point where you have like 3 or 4 or 5, 2 to 4 full-time crews and you got to feed the beast at that point. You got to make payroll. And the other thing is that you have to have like managers and admin staff, and you've got to pay for advertising. And you just can't stay right there because the business itself just sucks up all the profit. Right. And it's not until you get to for gutter cleaning, the number's a little bit less, but like landscaping, it's like $2 million. Like until you get to like that point, it's just that middle sized business is just the most stressful you can be. Yeah. So we just made the decision to make that jump. We've stayed at 2 crews for a while and we've turned business away. So this year we've made the decision we're going to go big. So we're opening up areas in Charlotte and Durham, Chapel Hill, and the southern Wake County area. So we're opening up new crews and new areas, and so it's just and we already have a business over in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, that service area. So we made the leap, and now it's just it's just doing it.
Yeah, feed the beast, man. Yep. I like that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So we see a little bit like how you just covered how you're expanding, and that's good. Have you ever done because you talked about service-based business? Have you ever done any other type of business that kind of drew you more towards a service-based business, like say something that holds inventory or something like that?
Like I've been part of multi-level marketing business.
Okay.
But that's like a little bit of inventory.
Yep.
We growing up, we did. You familiar with Dippin' Dots?
Yep.
The ice cream.
Yep.
So my family was the first one that owned that franchise in this area, in the North Carolina area. So we had inventory and events and stuff like that. That's more of a product-based business.
Yeah.
And that's sort of food-based industry. We had a restaurant after that.
What kind of restaurant did you guys have?
It was a sub and ice cream shop. Horrible location. It stole our soul and all of our money. And just
that's why you don't like Subway.
I would never go into the restaurant business again. And I'm not good at that. My strong suit is not organization. Yeah. So if there were like two like my wife's personality, if I was maybe more detail oriented, maybe something with inventory. And I know they have great like inventory management software out there that would probably help. But just when I'm starting out, like we didn't even have like MapQuest. Like I printed out maps at the beginning of the day. Like there was no technology to support it. So I'm not good at the details and good at being just super organized.
Right.
So I personally, when starting out, I know my personality would not succeed in an inventory based business. But I can go out and swing a hammer.
Definitely.
Definitely a doer.
I was just curious because I've been involved in a little bit of both, and I kind of like the service-based business because the customer is paying for a service as opposed to inventory-based businesses, product-based businesses. You have to maintain inventory, and then cash flow becomes a huge challenge.
Sure.
And I just prefer service-based business.
Yeah, and then plus, I think that it's more dependent upon your work ethic and the quality of your work with the service-based industry. That's a bigger factor than the actual product piece of it.
Sure.
To a certain extent, most products are the same to a certain extent. So.
Well, and I'll argue that right now we're in a little bit of a rarity because of the economy. So in this economy, you probably run into this with contractors, like construction business. Yeah. You can do horrible work right now
and get anything.
Never get a single referral. You can steal money from every person, and you will still be booked out 6 months. Like you can just be. It's a rarity in this economy because we have such a big shortage of skilled labor, and just everybody wants to invest in a new home or upgrading their home or something like that. So, people got to be real careful about who they choose right now. And so, unfortunately, like the bad businesses can still get business right now, but you are right that the good ones, like we got hundreds of reviews on Google, Nextdoor, or Facebook, all those places, and we get recommendations. We get 1,000 new clients a year just off like word of mouth. Nice. So it's good for the good businesses, but consumers need to be careful about just hiring anybody based upon price, or even if you're paying like top dollar. I've seen some horror stories out there, so you do got to be careful about that with service-based business.
That definitely is a good point. I mean, but it's just like we were talking about this earlier. There's just so much money in the system right now, and the economy's doing so well that until there's a change, a lot of these bad companies are still getting business.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never thought about it that way. Yeah. So basically, the quality's gonna last, and that's the long and short.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and the people who are not just in it for a quick buck, right? The ones who are in it for a quick buck, or the ones who are scamming or not running a good business, as soon as we hit that next 2007 recession, those guys are going to disappear, and my business is just going to explode.
Yeah. When the tide is low, the stumps will show.
There you go. There you go. Sexual chocolate, man.
That's right. I stole that one from Ryan. That's sexual white chocolate.
I can't even with you guys. So normally, I will plug this segment. Moving on a little bit. Normally, what I want to do here is field some questions from the audience. Now, to eliminate embarrassment of the phone not ringing, we don't do calls.
Okay.
So they're submitted, and since it's a new segment, we don't have any questions tonight.
Sure.
But if you guys come up with any questions, either for Donovan or Gavin and I, or just want to, submit general business questions our way, you can do it on Facebook Messenger, send it to our Facebook page, or shoot us an email, Ryan or Gavin.
Does that mean we get to get a house phone?
I hope so.
That'd be awesome, man.
Like one of the rotary ones?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Call in. Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome.
555-3257.
Call in.
So eventually, definitely, I'd love to have a phone when people call in. Yeah. I think that would be pretty cool to have a guest and the phones ring in and you get to answer questions about your business live. That would be fun. So that's definitely a goal. I just wanted to tell people if they have questions or anything, submit them, and I'd be happy to either get them answered or answer them for you.
Yeah, sure.
I like it. Are you ready to jump into the 3 questions we have brewing?
I am. Are you?
You are?
Okay.
I see you switched up the order a little bit. I like that.
Just a little.
Oh,
maybe. Wait.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you did, but I like it.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Here I am giving you all this credit. I'm taking it back. Give you all this praise. So, Donovan, what do you like to do for fun when you're not cleaning gutters or hanging Christmas lights or making the world a better place?
Sure. You make me sound like such a great guy. I love talking about politics, so if you're voting on I love plants and animals. Like, I got 2 dogs. Mm-hmm. I got a Great Dane, excuse me, and a Husky. Mm-hmm. So I love going to the dog park and talking about dogs and meeting people with dogs and stuff like that.
You see the show last week?
No, you didn't. No, I saw a playback.
Yeah,
they were dog trainers. Yeah, I gotta be. I didn't watch the whole thing.
No, you're
but I did. I did.
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, man, I just chugged through it. I was out of it. And if I'm out at a client's house and I got guys with me and they got a dog, I'll just play with the dog the whole time, and I'll let my guys do the work. So I love hanging out with my dogs, And then, just not to think about anything, I like, I don't care what you think of me. I like planting flowers and doing flowers and vegetables and stuff like that. And then my dogs come behind and tear it all up, and I yell at them, and then just redo it all. Have a kid, so free time goes there. But, I love talking about business, hanging out with the dogs, planting my flowers, and I'm a happy man.
That's pretty cool.
Definitely. So,
Him and I like Audible and podcasts, but as well as that bookshelf sitting out there. So
Sure.
what content are you consuming, and who's it by?
I am trying to develop sales teams right now.
Nice.
So we've not really done that. We've been pretty word of mouth. Right. And so I'm trying to dive into SEO and sales team. So, stuff like Grant Cardone. I know that that's like it's an answer that people give, but I'm getting into that. There's a few other podcasts or whatever that are SEO based, or I'm trying to put out content that just educates people about the importance of gutter cleaning, or just the best way to do it themselves, or way to save money, or don't buy gutter guards. I don't know if you're sponsored by any gutter guard company. Hopefully not. Just trying to educate people. So I'm trying to learn how the best way to put content out there, and it's a big learning curve for me. I play with power tools. I don't know about SEO and all that. So that's what I'm trying to educate myself on right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And lastly, how can people find you or find out more about your company?
Oh, yeah. You can call the office. If you'd like to schedule gutter cleaning, it's 919-295-5373. You can find us on Google, Facebook, Nextdoor, DIV Cleaning Service. You can check out our website. So we have all the typical ways of finding us. And then you can also schedule gutter Christmas lights through the same thing. Or you can go to ncchristmaslights.com.
Perfect. Can I steal your thunder?
Absolutely.
You sure?
Yeah.
I just wanted to do it on the fly. Sorry. Hey, man. Well, thank you for that, Donovan. Definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being here. If you all have had any bit of value, or this podcast or show has added any bit of value to what you're doing, please be sure to like, share, comment on this. The only way that we can actually keep the show going is by having your input. We definitely do value your input. If there's something you want to see differently, or if you actually want to appear on the show, please feel free to reach out to us.
Nice, definitely, yeah.
You like it?
I do.
I practice it.
I practice it in the mirror. So next, like I told you about the after brews. So for our live audience, and yours, if you leave it running, might get a little extra special invite. But ours, we cut it off. So folks, if you want to see the casual conversation that's about to take place between us and Donovan, we kill the live feed, but tomorrow at 11 a.m. the premiere goes up. And at the end of that, once we say our farewells, you get an extra segment where Donovan's been talking about running his business. He's talking about sales teams and SEO. And if that's something that interests you, then I definitely encourage you to either watch the premiere or watch the recorded version once we put it up, because that's where you're going to find the after brews at. And
nice. With that, you want to take it up?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Donovan, thank you so much for being on the show and bringing your audience to our show and educating us on gutter cleaning and Christmas lights. And ladies and gentlemen,
for being here, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you for coming to your own house. So we appreciate
it. Definitely. But ladies and gentlemen, join us next week every Sunday, as always, for another episode of Business and Brews.
When the night
That's off.
That's all.
You can leave yours running if you want.
Yeah, I'll leave it running. I'm sure I'll share it to some of my business.
The after brew?
Yeah. So I was trying to decide if I want to go that direction or this direction.
I'm gonna try this sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
How do you feel about that one? For Pete's sake.
I want. Do you have any more of the fruity stuff? Is there a sip left, or is it all gone?
I think is Toya. She's gonna be upset if you give her the. It's all gone here.
Okay.
She's gonna be upset.
No, we're good then. I'll try some of the
What
sexual.
about that one?
I was gonna say we got pineapple and strawberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some of that. Then.
Okay.
I love all the fruity stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a stout guy, so that's my fault.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
No, I mean I'll enjoy it.
And
Have
I
you
like-
lost some weight? Have you lost some weight, buddy?
I'm gonna vote now.
He's in a gain. He's in a gain like right now. He's already cut. Now he's like gaining mass.
Yeah, he's just getting back to mass.
Dude, you should have seen me when I joined the army. I was 6'3", 160 pounds, and when I left basic, I was
That
159
puts me
pounds.
to that like makes me look huge.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like before, there was that one guy that was hanging out with me, and we would go to the gym together all the time. And he's like, I don't know, he might be about your size, and he's like, yeah, so with your form, like you got to do this, and I let him teach me because I was like, you know, if it gives him a little encouragement to do what he's doing, cool. He likes fitness. He wants to focus on it.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I didn't wake up like this.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Iraq,
Yeah.
and we didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
And after 10 years in the Army and little stints of going to the gym and running a lot, you know, and eating all the time,
Yeah.
now I'm out. So now the bad weight gain kicks in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's the tough thing.
I before my first daughter was born, I got this guy working with me. His name's Daquan. He's huge. He's just he used to play football. I mean, he's just a huge guy. And so we were going to the gym every day. We were going to the gym every day, and I'm getting like my wife noticed. You know what I mean? She's like, "Ooh, Donovan."
That's always a good shot.
And then Lifetime Fitness has gotten my dues for the past 2 years, and I've gone. You know, whenever I have a backache, I go and sit in the hot tub. And then like sitting in the office, it's like it's actually been the first time I've been able to like just put on a little bit of weight. I know it doesn't look like it, but like 10 pounds is like such a huge deal for me.
Yeah,
I'm cramming like 4,000 or 5,000 calories down and working, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like I've gone out like in a summer when I'm working and lost 10 pounds in a day. Right. So it is just if you want to lose weight, you can come work for me, and I will pay you in weight loss.
That's right. I like that.
you're welcome.
You don't have to pay me. Yeah, it's like you don't even have to pay me.
You'll be on the gutter cleaning plan and workout plan. You'll lose some weight quick, but so I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. And sometimes like when you work so much and it's hot, you can't eat. You can't eat greasy stuff. You can't eat anything with dairy. It'll just tear you up. So that's one of the things that we look at during the summer is just make sure you hydrate right, make sure you eat right, and it's a different type of challenge. But
that's really good.
This one?
Yeah, that's really good.
You said it's pineapple with strawberry?
Yeah, it has a hint of a sweet taste to it, but it's not too sweet. It's actually really good. It's no stout, but it'll do.
It's no stout.
As long as you like it. I saw we've done Sycamore before, but I've never seen that one, so I was like, all right. And then they had these pint glasses. Like I want to get Business and Brews ones, but these were I got the first one free, and I got 4 of them, and then they were $1.25 each. So I was like, all right. Yeah.
So how did you guys start this show? Like what? How did you guys know each other?
What's the story?
Well, no, that's Amazon, right? Like you guys knew each other through doing the
Amazon
affiliate?
meetup. Yeah,
Okay.
It's funny because like I got the idea for the show because if you look at us, we're like 2 different ends of the spectrum.
Sure.
Just on the surface.
He shaves, wears collared shirts.
Did you notice I shaved? I even got my nose hairs and my
So yeah, I literally was sitting. It was one Sunday. I remember exactly where I was. It was downtown Raleigh. I was sitting in an open house. It was dead, and the thought just came to me. I was like, man, we should probably do like a podcast show, like type of show, like with Ryan, because like whenever we talk or meet up, it's always about business. Like we're always talking about like different things because I've tried a bunch of different stuff, and you have too. And it's like we're always like bouncing different ideas off each other. I'm like, well, what if we actually did that? And actually did a show around it, and then brought in a guest, and then we could just do this, and then bring in the beers, and it's just it'll be fun if nothing else. And hopefully something grows out of it. So that's how we.
How long have you been doing it for?
Not long. What has it been? This feels like it was last fall. This past fall.
September.
Yeah, September, October, somewhere in the ballpark. Yeah, it had been.
And you think it's like been steadily gaining traction, or was it like a?
It kind of.
It's hard to tell because we rebranded my show. In hindsight, 2020, maybe I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But it gave us an instant audience and already monetized platforms.
Okay.
And I don't see myself being able to run my own show and this one. So I was like, well, I dedicate all my time to this one.
Yeah.
So the problem with that is you're basically taking a target audience that was focused on online retail and shifting it into business. So at the same time we've lost some, we've also gained some real quality followers.
Okay.
And then with folks like you bringing their cameras on and the local focusing locally, I think we've seen a lot of success there as well.
Yeah. The riches are in the niches.
Riches are in the niches.
That's right.
That's the truth with gutter cleaning, because you can get good at it, right? And people who want to watch you, they get 30 minutes of entertainment or whatever, and they're good for the week.
So how's the marketing efforts going for you, like with SEO and like trying to understand how to build a sales force and all the other things, whole sales team?
It's going. Again, if my wife was in charge of all of it, I'm sure it'd be better. But implementing the new systems for us is always you got to figure it out, So I'm still in the figuring it out stages, but it's going good, I think. I mean, we started doing a little bit of YouTube. And so we've gotten up to like 100 subscribers, so it works for, a couple weeks of doing that. Not too bad.
Oh, no, that's really good.
And
100's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to get there.
Yeah.
But then we're going to take that and turn those into regular blog posts. And what I'm just trying to do is become like an expert on gutter cleaning, according to Google. Right. And then we just share and we give away content to local Facebook groups. I'm sure you guys do the same thing, but like Wake Forest Community Information Page is 50,000 people, and it's my target audience. So the more people that I can educate about the importance of gutter cleaning here locally, the better off it is. Yeah. So that's I'm sure there's some experts out there that just sounds like nails on a chalkboard to them, but it works for us. So far it has. I'm looking for an expert at it that can take over it and not take all my money. That would be awesome. But
aren't we all?
Right. But again, we run into people who just either do minimums, or you got to have a little bit of knowledge. I feel like as a business owner, you got to have a little bit of knowledge on the subject so that you can tell if the person that you're hiring is doing a good job or not.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So I love horses. I didn't say that, but I grew up on a horse farm. And so there's this gal, she was saying, like, I've gotten horse lessons on this year, for like 2 years from this trainer, and my horse is still doing this. And she switched barns. And within like 30 minutes with the new trainer, she's like, oh, I see what's happening. When the horse starts doing this, I want you to pull here, push here, do this. And she had it corrected in 2 hours. And she had spent, 2 years with the wrong person. Yeah. And she thought she was getting good lessons, but it wasn't what she needed. And she just didn't have any clue. I don't want to do that with my business. I don't want to, take 2 years and put it into the wrong person. Yeah. So I'm just focusing on educating myself right now. And then as far as like building the sales team, the first step that we've done is we switched from just like a regular one phone line to like, a voice over IP system where I can have multiple lines and track where, all the stuff is coming from. So before I start spending money on just like shotgunning it out there and not know what's working, you got to have a way to track it. So that's what we're doing. We're setting up the systems to be able to track it, to see what's going to work, and then, going that route. So, yeah.
I like that.
It's fun, but you gotta be able to measure it. I think it's the biggest thing. Yeah. Like even like Facebook's free, but if you like, for instance, with us, if I just share a phone number attached with all my posts on Facebook, and I get 2 phone calls, and I'm spending 20 hours a week on Facebook.
Your time is place.
Put that into Google Ads, or what I mean. So I'm just gonna track, and I pay myself. I don't work for free, so. We're setting up the systems to be able to track exactly what's going to work. We're going to put money into everything, see what works best for us, and double down on that.
Nice.
You want to hear another saying?
Yes, I want to hear all the sayings.
You can't manage what you can't measure.
That's awesome. Nuggets, man. Y'all need to subscribe to their channel. Nuggets.
I got a book right there in front of the TV called Notable Quotables.
Oh, cool.
And then I've got just all kinds of random stuff. What was that one I showed you when you showed up?
Oh,
it says a book of useless information or something.
Useless information.
That sounds like me. That's what would call me. I'm always like watching shows on how the stuff works, or like you're like you'd be good on Jeopardy. That's about it, Donovan.
Curiosity.
That's funny. I definitely agree with you though. You don't want to just spend money on something because I've done it. I'm sure he's done it. My brother's done it. My brother owns a plumbing company, and like I think he's on his third or fourth person managing his social media and website.
Sure.
Which the one he's currently on, if he's still with that guy, is the most expensive one. But the other people just weren't getting it done.
Right.
You know, and he even learned a ton. Like when he first started, he barely knew how to. Like a website to him was just a place you go on the internet. But now he knows like how to log into the back end and make certain changes and stuff, and he's not a whiz kid when it comes to computers, but he understood it because he wasn't getting what he wanted, so he was like, wow.
Do you guys have any like people who handle Google ads as like your sponsors? No, or anything like that? All right.
We literally have one affiliate, and that's why I say affiliate, because they're not a sponsor. But,
okay.
Yeah.
I got one guy, I won't say his name because I don't want to step on your toes. I know we're both recording. But he, in my opinion, I think he's pricey. And it's I used him. I have not used him for my gutter cleaning business because there's just low profit margins in there. I got to keep my customer acquisition cost like as low as possible.
Definitely.
But with my Christmas lights business, there's a better profit margin in there, and the ticket, like just the overall ticket's a lot higher. And so with this guy who I set up Google AdWords with him, it's $1,000 up front. That gets me my first 40 leads, and then I got to pay for the ad cost. It was amazing. I mean, I got leads on the 23rd of December, 2 days before. I mean, 2 days. And they were good quality leads.
I'm sure they were.
He got me. Like my average ticket price went up $1,000 this year, and I think I attribute that to him. Yeah. I mean, he just got me some good quality leads. We tweaked our business. Yeah, he does Google ads. That's what he does. And however, though, the same exact person, the same exact company, he has clients all across North America and other areas. They never got past that first 40 leads that they paid for. Like it just did. It was the same stuff. He's an expert. It worked. I was the best, lowest customer acquisition cost, higher conversion rate in all of his clients. Like I ranked like number one. Like I was rocking it here in this area. There are other parts of the country, it just did not work.
Well, but I think that could be attributed to the industry, though. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Let's go back.
Like your brother, like even like the same guy that so that's what I'm saying. You need to be able to measure where you're spending money, because what worked for your brother in the plumbing business, you own a plumbing business in your area, that might not work for you. Right. Yeah. So you got to be able to track it. Because my advice, because I'm not an expert on it, I would just be like, you just need to stick to it. Just do it longer. Just don't give up now. Like, because a lot of times that is the answer. Just don't give up. If you don't give up, you're going to make it, because most people give up too quick. Right. Yeah. But that could be the absolute wrong advice, and you got to track it. Like, so you got to be able to track it. Or you just never know.
I think that correlates with what we were talking about earlier. There's just like way too much money in the system. The economy is way too great right now. Like people aren't paying attention to that. Like they're not. People are just.
You don't have to. Different stuff. You just don't have to.
Because you're getting the results. You're making money. Everybody's making money hand over fist, because right now it's just so plentiful.
Well, see, waste is one of my pet peeves. Yeah. It grinds my bones. So like,
but those are going to be the people, just like we talked about. Right. When it turns, those are going to be the people that know how to do more with less.
Sure.
Those are going to be the people that's going to be on top. Sure.
So your house here, do you clean your own gutters?
No, I rent.
Why
would I do that?
Okay. I didn't look.
I have no.
Hey, have you ever cleaned gutters?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Maybe when I was a kid, because my dad had a ladder.
Okay, all right. So I was going to try to prove a point, but
I'm sorry. Man. I don't know how. Do you have another analogy?
No. Damn. We're going to get to it. No, we'll get around to it. I'm just going to take the long way. So. I'll just jump in it from my perspective. When I go out to a gutter cleaning job, I'm measuring how I can shave 30 seconds. because a house like this will take us 5 minutes. Like, I mean,
5 whole minutes.
Like 5 whole minutes. Like the time we get out of the truck till the time we get back in the truck. 2 guys.
Do you have video of this? Like,
I do. The Compassionate Capitalist. Go to YouTube. I'm starting to put content out there. So we don't got a ton of videos,
dude,
but
I would love to see that.
And we just,
name indicates your political affiliation, just so you know.
I mean,
I'm okay with that.
So it's still good content, like, because I would love to see, like, okay, so I just did a warehouse move. I set up the GoPro. I have hours of video footage of us cleaning this warehouse.
Yeah.
I still need to take more video.
Yeah.
And I'm going to seal the deal. I got to throw it in. I got to edit it. It's going to take me forever.
But it'll be
But it'll be
I'm going to
awesome.
speed it up.
Yeah, it'll be.
So that's why I would love to see you set up the GoPro. And
well, and
speed
I'm trying to get like drone footage and stuff like that to make it more because I'm just, that's gutter cleaning. Like, you know, I want somebody to do like 15 minutes of me just, you know, that's. So we're trying to figure out what works for our audience, and we're still trying to figure out. We're new to all this.
Yeah.
But you know, like for that business, two-man crew is the best. Like, and I'm thinking, like, when we knock on the door, we don't wait for a response. Mm-hmm. We put credit cards on file beforehand, so we don't have to wait on a payment. You know, like we're doing all these things to shave down 30 seconds, 1 minute. You know,
I gotta write this shit down.
You gotta record.
I'm not gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna shit down. Oh man.
But I'm just like when I'm there, and and my biggest thing is like if I'm working, my guys are working. Right. And so it's not like once one guy has one task. Like no, like everybody's cross trained. Mm-hmm. Right. The only thing is I got one guy. He has a little bit of hearing loss. And so his personable skills are not the best. He doesn't deal with clients because he is very blunt, and I would lose every client he talks to. But besides that, like everybody's cross-trained, and I look to shave off 30 seconds, 1 minute here and there. A lot of people, they go to the job site and they spend like 5 minutes just doing nothing. And 5 minutes doesn't sound like a lot of time.
But it adds up over jobs.
11 jobs a day, that's an hour.
Right. Exactly.
That's an hour. If I'm charging $100 or $2, whatever, and I get 2 jobs done in 30 minutes, including drive time, that just cost me $200. That 5 minutes, those 30 seconds, doesn't seem like a lot, but that just cost me $200 a day, $1,000 a week, $52,000 a year, times each crew. Like it adds up. That's a salary.
Very much so.
Or that's bonuses.
Yep.
So the guys working for me, that's bonuses.
Bonuses. That's bonus money right there. I like it. Well, there's your golden nugget right there. I like it. Also, this is the first time he's ever written down anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this
dude. Because, well, I mean, to be honest with you, like I hear a lot that would help me, and I don't believe anybody's heard anything new. Okay, so I don't believe that what you said is new. Oops. I believe the way you said it is new to me.
Yeah. And it might be that applies to you right now.
So I'll tell you a little bit more once we kill the camera.
Sure.
Of, like why I wrote this down.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, that's valuable, And you're absolutely right. Like just in this warehouse business, we did a little in the Army we call it AAR, after action review. But we sat down with a notepad. I had John take notes. What went well? What should we keep doing? Sustains. What went not so well? So where are improves? What do we need to work on? And then what to expect for future jobs or how this one went specifically. And we wrote it all down, and some of that dealt specifically with productivity, efficiency, and time management. Yeah. And so what you were just talking about, shaving 30 seconds off a job, is like that deals directly with your mindset. So if you approach it with that, then, how can I get better? How many
guys do you got on your team usually?
So it depends. This is literally a side hustle.
Sure,
it was an accident. I closed a contract. It's valuable. Our minimum for a job is $20,000. Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking there is large scale. I'm not going to move somebody's house.
Sure.
It's not worth my time. But
that's a Big Brothers Club too.
Oh, what?
It's a Big Brothers Club. You got to get so many checks off and from the people to get permits. The moving household goods is different than commercial. Yeah.
I just don't want to nick somebody's wall and then my business is gone.
No,
or break a TV.
You're going to be buying 20 sets of furniture, and you just give them money and say, all right, have a great day. Leave me a good review. If I buy your couch that got damaged, will you leave me a good review? Okay, I'll buy the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've got 4 semi-permanent crew members. And then I've got John, who is my manager, so 5. My goal to start was to get 20 people, but I found that I can kind of do an arbitrary interview process by paying them $10 an hour cash, and then the people that show up are the ones. So the next job they're going to get paid more,
sure,
and the new people are going to get the $10 an hour.
Okay,
and then if they work out, and I'll tell John, because he's a little hard pressed on that efficiency. Are you standing around doing nothing on your cell phone, smoking a cigarette?
Yeah,
or are you working?
Sure.
And so if he's like,
was John in the military?
No.
Okay.
No, but he's an OC at a jail, so
okay.
CO. Sorry, my bad.
So what I've found is that people need to know the first way and the biggest way to cut that downtime, the inefficiency, is to know what the next task is. People just, when they don't know what to do, they stand around most of the time and they wait to be told. So the easiest way to save time or cut down inefficiency is to move. It doesn't matter if you work slow while you're working. And you can tackle that next, so long as you switch to the next task quickly. If you're dropping off a piece of furniture, you walk back out right away. You don't stand there and look. You set it down and you're back. Or once this thing is moved, what are we doing next? So for me, it's like I have one guy get out of the truck, walk up to the front door, ring the doorbell. The second guy takes off the ladder. He's on the roof by the time the first guy rings the doorbell. Like, they're not standing there waiting for the customer. Like with our system, we're at the right house. We we don't even need the customer to be there. Like we're not waiting on it, and we're knocking out the stuff in order. The guys know what to do. They do a safety quick walk around. That takes 30 seconds, and they just switch from task to task to task.
So it sounds like you have a process manual, like you have an operations manual.
Sure, and well, there's experience. So my lead guy, he's been with me for 9 years. I pay him well, I treat him right, and they think of the business as their business, right? And so they know what the task is. They almost don't even have to talk to each other. They're doing it day in, day out. We focus on the niches, and we're a niche business. We focus on that. We're just really good at it. We've eliminated all the waste, and yeah, I love it. And my pet peeve is, again, if I'm working, like, you're not sitting in the air conditioned truck. I've gone out, and I've turned off that truck and get out of that truck. You're not sitting in air conditioning. I'm like, look busy.
Do something.
Look busy.